Приветствую вас, друзья, и мы продолжаем «Черный глаз Memoria». У нас там был босс-файт. Вроде, да. Мы пробрались в башню. Так. Что нам тут делать?
It's a map of the towers. The goddess of healing, Perina, even she has abandoned me. Next to the stairs, there's a bracket for a torch. A suit of armor next to a goddess. This place is both a fortress and a temple. Kasim stretched his arms all the way to here.
You shouldn't get too close to them.
Ну, хорошо. Что у нас здесь?
We're in the lower chamber of the left tower. I'll show you all. I will heal the land that you have forsaken.
Да.
Nothing happened. No, I mustn't.
Да нет. А это?
It's not a real suit of armor, just a replica.
Пойдемте наверх.
Touch it, and I'll extinguish it before the arms have consumed it all.
Да, это мы сделаем, это понятно. Тут что?
There's a suit of armor in every room. The weapon is firmly attached to the armor. I guess I'll have to make do with what I've got.
А это что?
The goddess of honorable battle, Rondra. I wonder what became of the young Amazon. I'll show you all. I will fight like no human has ever fought before.
Щупальца, кристалл. Ну давайте прикоснемся к кристаллу.
What happened?
I drained the stone's power. The tower must have sunk a bit in the process. Go outside and have a look.
Давай выйдем. Так, наверное, мы и будем перемещаться, да? Зорная голова.
None of these suits of armor are real.
Угу. Ну тут нам делать нечего. Нам наверх, наверное, надо обратно включить. Ну-ка, если мы вернем ему голову.
I don't even know where I should start. I don't see any...
Ну как хочешь. Давай кристаллы вернем на место.
The tower is up again.
Ну-ка, что у нас здесь получилось? Ага. Парящий кристалл.
Touch it, and I'll deprive it of its power, Shahrazad.
Угу. Это хорошо. Пойдемте во вторую башню. Что это было?
They're restless and holding the floating crystal firmly in their midst. Herzinda, the goddess of science and arts. I can do without her blessing anyway.
Вниз, в правый коридор. Но тут я, наверное, не смогу, да? А, я ж тут прошел. Фу-то. Пойдемте наверх посмотрим, что там. И... Зачем вообще сюда надо? Допустим.
Nothing happened.
Перо.
I'll show you all. I will unite. Travia. Even the goddess of hospitality has betrayed me. First, they tunneled through the center of the room and then grew all over it, like a bridge.
Ну, тут я не пройду уже, да? Да.
First, and then... This plague has blocked all the entrances.
Так, надо начать, наверное, отсюда, да? А, нет, нам же нужно будет к нему выйти. Вот тут, да? И выход мне нужен снизу. А, ну это понятно уже, что делать. Так, прикасаемся к кристаллам.
I can't get close enough. Kasim's arms are disgustingly agitated.
И... режь их.
They grow back together in an instant. Now that's just...
Так. Интересно.
Kasim's presence weak. You must touch the crystal. You shouldn't get...
I'll show you if the demons win.
Понятно. Так, а кто это?
Hazinda, the goddess of science and arts. I can do without her blessing anyway. I'd rather not. Be gone! Be
Sure.
gone!
Kazim's arms appear to be unfazed by the sacred relics.
А
I
ты?
can't get close. Kasim's arms are...
Явно нервничает на
I don't
винишко.
much care.
А в камень нет?
The spell only works on living.
Понятно.
I mustn't lose sight.
Пойдемте обратно. Так. Да, странные загрузки. Так, как тебе голову присобачить?
I mustn't. There's a suit of armor. The weapon is... I guess I...
На голову.
No.
Не хочет. Факел. Что может нас факелом сделать?
Better not.
Активировать.
That only works with magic.
В смысле? Ты же можешь зажигать огонь, нет? Давайте опустим эту башню.
The tower is down again.
Ты его можешь забрать? Да зачем?
Now it's awake again and up.
Ну-ка, если вниз. А, мы тут выйти не можем.
Kasim stretched.
You shouldn't get too close to them.
А наружу что будет?
What happened to the exit?
When you extinguish the crystal above, the exit is now if you want to leave.
Понятно. Что ничего не понятно.
The tower.
Да, понятно это все. Давай. Так, щит. С картой. Показывает, где мы. Нужна какая-то последовательность, да?
I can't get close. Kasim's arm.
You shouldn't get too close.
Режь их всех.
They grow back to... None of these... Why are you just standing here? The spell only works. That...
А тут наверх зачем вообще? Если здесь просто посмотреть. Так. Здесь я выйти не могу, да? Так, а если все-таки здесь выйду? Может, там что-нибудь есть?
I can't get... It seems...
If you extinguish, perhaps you...
Понятно, понятно. Прайс. Так, что внизу там? Кто она?
Travia. Even the goddess of hospitality.
Перо?
No,
Кому-то нужно перо?
no, I can't.
Тебе?
Better not. We're in the lower chamber of the middle tower. They grow back to... Be gone!
Kazim's arm...
I'd rather... That won't lead to it. The sword is made from brittle marble. It won't do me much good in battle.
Так разбей
That
его.
won't get... I don't need... It won't budge. Better not.
И ты не хочешь, да?
That pro...
Так, а тут идти некуда, да? Да, вот это загадка. И до сюда она не может, да?
I can't get close enough. Kasim's arms are disgustingly agitated.
Давай вот этот отключи. Что-нибудь изменится? Непонятно. Внизу что? Щупальца.
You shouldn't get too...
I'll show you. I will... The goddess of healing even...
Прайс.
I can't... Better not. It's not a real... That won't lead...
Для
None
чего?
of these suits of armor are real.
Так, что с этой
No,
головой
that's not
сделать? Да нет.
I don't much... That won't get me... No, that won't get me...
Да, я понял.
I have...
Бинт.
No.
Так, с головой ничего не сделать. С ними ничего не сделать.
It's not a... No. There must... I must...
Вот голова
No,
его.
that's not it.
As long as you can reach the crystal with your hand, there's no...
Может, там попробовать головой? Если может дотянуться рукой, нет смысла его разбивать. А тут... Да, Бери голову.
If that's what it takes.
Угу. Берем осколок.
It's floating in my pocket.
Парит в кармане. И тут мы сможем пройти, да. Отлично. Мы добрались до 3-й башни. Так, это кто?
Oh, Tsar, goddess of peace, how could you be so wrong? I don't need arm. Nobody can...
А головы нету, да? Так, это все ясно. Пойдемте наверх. Ух ты.
Ah,
Princess, what's wrong?
he's in my head.
Has your past caught up to you?
Don't let him confuse you. It's only a game. A dark illusion to break you. None of it is real. Try to think about what you really see, and the deceit will vanish.
You're going to pay for this, Kasim. How I hate him. I'll kill him, once and forever. I'm a different person now. You'll see. All that is over. It will never again be that way.
It's only an illusion. Tell me what's really here.
Here is... I don't know,
The objects in this chamber are arranged by a certain logic. Take a close look at the other rooms. Maybe you can find a pattern.
Кстати, логично. Пойдемте вниз. Вниз разве? Да. Значит, щит, доспех, статуя, у двери всегда факел. Ну-ка. Сейчас посмотрим. Факел именно где спуск в лестнице, да? Доспехи. Щит, статуя. Доспехи, щит, статуя. Факел, доспехи, щит, статуя. А внизу... Ой.
The arms sense the magic of the crystal in your pocket. Better not get too close to them.
Серьезно? Блин, и как я посмотрю? Бам-бам-бам-бам. Наружу. Значит, тут я не пройду, да, уже? А что мне с кристаллом делать? Кинь сюда его.
I don't see any...
Факел, где лестница, щит. Ага. Так, он посерединке, слева статуя, справа щит, там, где башня это находится. Ну-ка. А в середине... Должен быть щит посередине быть, да? Щит посередине, слева доспехи, справа статуя. И тут я не пройду, да?
The arms sense the better not get too...
Так, там были слева доспехи. Справа это. Тут наоборот. Наверное, статуя около выхода в коридор. А доспехи между щитом и статуей. Давайте так попробуем. Значит, вниз третьей башни. Здесь у нас
Here is
факел, наверное.
torch bracket.
Нет? В смысле?
Here is
Это щит.
a shield.
Нет? Тогда я вообще ничего не понял. Так.
Here is
Здесь тогда факел.
a torch bracket.
Че, ты издеваешься или что? Я не понял. Так, давай еще раз. Щит здесь. Факел здесь.
It's a map of the towers. We're in the lower chamber of the right tower.
Так. Здесь же мы, получится, будем вверху этой башни. Так, посередине, сверху.
The arms. Send. Better not get.
Посередине. Это, блин. Сейчас потыкаем, наверное, разгадаем. Справа. Почему этот посерединке? Это что?
In this place is
Там ничего.
nothing. Here is
Или я должен все, и тогда я узнаю, да?
nothing. Here is
Здесь щит.
a shield. Here
Здесь,
is
здесь доспех.
a suit of armor. Here is
Здесь статуя.
a statue.
И... О! Я угадал. Ничего себе. Это как так я угадал? Кто ты?
Raja promises love. But what did she give me?
Через окно? Куда?
It's too deep, and I still need my legs.
Так, давай выйдем в коридор. Зачем в окно?
It's only just out of my reach. I need to get it closer and farther down somehow.
Добраться... Что?
Kasim's arms have yanked one of the floating crystals from its pedestal. It's only... I need to get it closer and farther down somehow.
Подобраться ближе.
Those strange tentacles seem to be attracted by the glowing crystals. As long as I'm carrying an awakened stone, I better not get too close to them. I don't much care. There must be. That won't lead.
Touch it, and I'll deprive.
А как мне ближе к нему стать?
That won't lead to any. Better not. I can't. That won't lead. Now it looks like a regular old shard. Now it look. Those strange as long as I'm carrying it.
Все понятно.
It's I need to.
Но все равно я не доберусь до него. То есть все равно сюда нажмем. Щупальца. Может, ты как-то по ним стукнешь? А если тут?
They're not easily diverted from.
Понятно. Давай так. Похоже на правду.
The tower.
Да я и так понял. Во. Почти. Почти. Так, опускай.
The tower is down again.
Теперь туда пойдем. Так, я же его, да, спящий сделал. Я вроде они не должны меня будут трогать, да? Ну-ка. Да, они меня не трогают. И куда мне надо? Здесь я не пройду. Нет. Мне надо наверх. Надо левую башню опустить. Как я потом пройду? Сейчас посмотрим.
The tower is down again.
Так. И это не все, да?
As long as it's asleep, it's down here.
Ты его можешь как-нибудь сбить отсюда?
If I whack the crystal, it might come loose, but it might also break into pieces.
И это что, плохо?
If I whack the
Так стукни.
Let's see what happens if I tie the crystal on here.
Давай посмотрим.
The belt yanked the crystal off the pedestal. It'll stay down here now.
И... Зачем мне его вообще включать?
The tower?
Пойдемте посмотрим.
You're smart, mistress. Now the crystal can no longer float upwards.
И... Не поднимется, а дальше-то что?
It keeps the entire as long as
Take care of the small crystals first. You won't reach the big one until his shield is sufficiently weakened.
И как мне это сделать? Так, с этой башней понятно. Здесь...
these arms connect they're his greatest strength.
Cassim draws his powers from the crystal. Get me close enough, and I will...
I better not get too close.
Так.
I'm on the wrong.
Немножко непонятно. Чуть-чуть совсем. Можно попробовать в окно сейчас сигануть, да? Зачем только?
I better not.
Да, смысла нет. Я все отключал и ничего. Здесь включить.
The tower?
Здесь все, да? Что там внизу было? Щупальца. Ну-ка, что будет, если...
I don't think waking this crystal arms would come up in an instant.
Понятно.
They only react to active crystals.
That won't get me. That won't get me.
Реагирует.
They only You shouldn't get too close.
Thanks.
Так, наверх. Так.
They only
Так, активируй.
The arms react. Perhaps you can make use of that. You shouldn't get too close. The arms Perhaps you can make...
That'll never...
Так, нет. И все равно нужно будет наверх.
The shield protects him. The shield,
I can't hit it.
the arms, sense. Better not get too close.
Что-то тут, наверное, надо сделать. Только что?
I'll show... I will... I don't even know... No. Better not.
Kasim's presence, you must...
Да... Понятно.
The tower is down.
Так, наверх. Да, сюда.
The tower is down.
Только вот с этим непонятно все равно. И чё?
I don't even... Those strange tentacles seem to... As long as I'm carrying an awakened stone, I better not get... That won't lead to... I mustn't lose...
Для чего он нужен? Ну и выключим тогда. Так, чтобы попасть наверх, нужно эти включать.
The tower... Kasim draws his powers from... Get me close.
I better not get...
Ну как она зашла-то?
The arms. Better not get...
Ну кинь куда-нибудь.
The arm. Better not... The arm. Better.
Да я понял все. Что тут с этой дырой надо, да, сделать?
I can't look. I don't even. I can't.
They only react to. I don't think wake the arms.
That only work. That only. That only works. It won't budge. There must. That won't get. There's I can't. I don't see.
Для чего мне перо? Скипетр, для чего мне это все надо-то?
That won't lead. They grow back.
You shouldn't get.
Thanks.
I don't think wake the arms. The tower.
Nothing. Now that's just I can't hit it with it. That'll never.
Так, ясно. Сейчас я немного подумаю и вернусь тогда. Так, и вот я нашел. Значит, мы активируем этот кристалл, который непонятно для чего нужен был. И тот, который маленький кристалл у нас был, мы кидаем сюда, и эти щупальца за ним тянутся, хватаются за этот кристалл, образуют мост. И так мы можем пройти. Гениально. Я прям за секунды додумался. За несколько часов просто. Ну что, прошло минуты 5, наверное. И я все-таки придумал. Отлично. Теперь, я думаю, мы пройдем. Осталось эту выключить. И готово.
The tower is down again.
В окно. Вот.
Cassim draws his powers from the. Get me close enough.
I better not get too. I better not. I better.
Иди давай. А щупальца режь давай.
That puts an end to your little spectacle.
Ой, бац.
Ow!
Ау.
I suppose after all these years you've finally done it. You have defeated me.
Do you really think I spent the last 15 years thinking about nothing other than how to defeat you? You're even more vain than I thought.
I thought you wanted to outdo me.
I'm not here because of you. I'm here so my great deeds can go down in history.
What great deeds?
Don't even start.
As you wish. If words cannot injure you, take this. I thought I would let you win. But if that doesn't matter to you, then I might as well just destroy you.
Так. И что мы можем сделать?
What else do you hope to find in this nether hell? Do you have anything on you that will outlast this agony?
Превратить тебя в камень.
Give up. Your spells have no effect on me.
Нож.
Struggle as much as you like. Or rather, as much as you still can.
У меня есть перо.
You can no longer move. You belong to me now.
Послать видение через кинжал.
First, I need an item from him.
Чё?
That is not a personal item, not for anyone.
Скипидар.
You can no longer move. You belong to me now. You wanted to meet me face to face. Then stand up and look at me. Yes, squirm while you may. I'm in your mind now. I'll shred everything I can find. Soon nothing will be left of your miserable existence.
Кристалл. Что это значит?
You have won. You have defeated me. You've destroyed the greatest temple the world has ever seen. Death will now rain down on the troops. No one will survive to tell of your terrible deed. Soon, none of what you've done will count for anything. You must be proud of yourself, for you have won. You've defeated me. Only no one will remember.
И... вот она. Маска, вино, бинт. Вставай. Вот посох. Да. Какие-то существа тут. То есть все погибли, и демоны, и люди. Мы в каком-то смысле победили, да? Все-таки.
He's here. Help.
Что это?
Somebody's there.
И...
Huh? The shield. I must move it.
В смысле? Убери щит.
I have failed. I have failed.
Так-то да.
What is this? Where did I get this? The shield. I must move it. Huh?
Чё ты акаешь? Посохом давай.
I'm wounded. Please, help me.
Так, у меня есть бинт. Всю игру с собой таскаю, чтобы тебя вылечить.
The bandage is all that I have.
И она все. Демонюга.
Quick, take my hand! And then, suddenly, everything was quiet. It was as though Satinav had played a prank and stopped time. An almost endless moment in which Sadja and the adept just stared at each other. He didn't understand that his rescuing hand was more terrible to her than 1,000 demon tentacles could have ever been. The final admission of her ghastly failure. Suddenly, Satinav snapped his fingers again, and life continued. As he pulled her away, I heard her scream, "Leave me," she called. "Leave me. Take me back." And again, I can't leave him behind. Over and over, quieter and quieter, and ever farther away. It didn't take long, and they had disappeared. And that was that. I was right back where I started. Only one thing was different this time. This time, I was able to remember. Remember a princess who persevered in the face of the most impossible obstacles. It helped that the Gorian Desert is one of the most magical places known to this world. Several astral lines crossed there, and I lay directly among them. I grew ever more powerful, and I practiced and practiced and practiced. After 400 years, I succeeded in refining my spell to the point where I finally found a way to permanently transform my body. I left the desert and set out for Draconia. I had to know what had happened to my princess after our separation. What happened to the only woman who was ever prepared to entrust her life to a shady, magical staff.
Ух, одна глава пройдена. Так это не конец? 7 глава пройдена, да.
Sadja failed in the Gorian desert. She had the mask, and she knew the name of the Djinn of Time. If the wearer of the mask speaks the name of the Djinn of Time, he can retrieve things past. But Sadja didn't waken the Djinn. Why not?
First I lose Nuri, now I'm a
She
stone.
was
The staff
devastated.
might as well have killed me for good. The staff turned us into stones so that the Andergastrians couldn't kill us. The sun
It's
in the
not all
Gorian
that
desert
hard.
didn't treat him well.
You just have to put the pieces together.
So this is where the staff took them.
I wonder if Geron's awake yet.
So this is where the staff took them. So this is where the staff took them. The trees have shaped themselves into stone, and the stone into an archway. This reminds me of the burial chamber Fahi once mentioned. Brighter! Brighter! The astral accumulator from the school. The smoke rises into the sky. I can see mountains from the corner of my eye. Are we that far north, then? Close to Raven's Peak? All I can hear is the crackle of the fire. Brighter! Brighter! Fahi! Fahi! I wouldn't be surprised if he just screams at me as well. I now know that they can see me and hear me, but it won't do them any good. I now know that, but it won't.
Но я могу колдовать. И...
A brook! Its source must be in the mountains north of here. I'm not thirsty right now. Help me! Help! Hollering is futile when you can't talk. If only I could draw attention some other way.
Ну, это легко. Я могу разбить вот это.
Geron? Geron, can you hear me? I think I've solved the riddle. It's a little complicated. There are so many little pieces. There's only one thing missing. And then we can finally complete the story. Then I'll ask the staff to change you back. I promise. Can you do me one more favor first? Sadya's ruby has a crack. You need to repair it. Can you do that for me? Please, Geron. Repair the ruby.
Brider wants me to fix the ruby.
The story is almost over. We just need the ruby.
Только Руби. Ну давай.
Thank you. And now let me try something. I pray to the gods that I'm not mistaken. Vedan faskedan, esplas de quatan, humurilor gras, ferogoran, hilbemutir gerol falan, untir quatan feluntir sodan. Geron? Are you still there? If so, then you should be able to cast the staff's first spell. Please give me a sign that it worked.
Что? О! Активировать, деактивировать.
I was right. Thank you. Thank you, Geron. Oh, you're probably wondering where you are. The staff created this place, a burial chamber of a mogul in the middle of the Andergastrian forest. Isn't that impressive?
Leave the mask and come to me.
He's here. I'll be right back.
Brider! Brider! And I get left behind again. Nuri!
Так. Послать видение. Активировать, починить.
Sadya's spell doesn't work here. Sadya's Sadya...
Так. Ой, я могу послать видение Нури.
I'll try to send Nuri a vision.
Горы. Река. И я.
I can send Nuri to the mountain and then have her follow the course of the brook from there.
А,
But how would she know where to land?
да. Давай еще раз. горы, река и костер.
That's it! I'll send Nuri to the mountain and then along the course of the brook until she reaches the fire. I hope it works. Thank the gods. I'm starting to remember something. I know how I can transform myself back.
Расколдовать.
All right, here we go. No, I'm too weak. The mask doesn't have enough power left to change me back. It was all for nothing. Please don't fly away, Nuri. Please don't.
Так,
Good thing I can still see a little through the cracks. It's impossible to read the inscription while wearing the mask.
так. Можно опять послать видение ей, да?
The astral accumulator from the school. I broke its encasement. I can't reach it. How could I?
Так, я уже почти придумал. Ну, давайте попробуем. Пошлем видение. Накопитель силы. Нури. Герон. Да? О, молодец.
I remember seeing mountains back there. Are we that far north?
Не горы. Все. Так, теперь ты можешь...
Oh, finally. Fi, is everything all right?
Oh, yes. My stiff old bones haven't felt this young in ages.
Thanks, Nuri.
Who are you?
That doesn't matter now. Will you promise to wait for me here?
All right.
I'll be right back.
Так, и что, все, маска не нужна? Это не маска. Маска у меня вот.
The transformation really affected him. So this is where the staff took them. Everything started with this thing. How can this story possibly end well? Whatever happens, please stay here.
I will.
Ух. Ну, пойдем. Там надпись была, блин.
It's been 450 years since I, a talking staff with no memories, kindled the light in my prison and saw a strange woman who would change my life forever. Her story began in this chamber, and between these walls we will end it together. Merhaba, Geron. Welcome.
You were able to free yourself.
What does all this mean? Where are we?
Ask him.
Indeed. Ask me. You should know that I've waited a long time for this day, and would not like to wait much longer. But if you have a great many questions...
What's going to happen here?
So you still haven't figured out why I sent you my memories? Why you're here?
Расскажи мне все.
I am here because Fahi promised to change Nuri back into a fairy if I helped him with a little riddle. No one said anything about ensouled magic staves, flying fortresses, and strange dreams.
Life is full of surprises, isn't it?
Ha!
You laugh, but I wouldn't have believed that one day someone would rescue me from my dungeon, that I was to climb mountains without legs and wrestle without arms with demons. I would have laughed if someone had told me a princess will appear to you and, despite your strange form, show you the greatest wonders of the world. Oh, how I would have laughed!
Okay, but that doesn't explain why we're here.
You know that Sadja and I were separated. Our golden time together came to an end. When I finally found a way to leave the Gorian desert, centuries had passed. I wanted to know if Sadja had done it, if she had become the great heroine she always wanted to be. I wanted to hear how her name was whispered in the streets in awe. Sadja al-Kabir, Sadja the Great, the heroine who once... But no one had ever heard of her. So I continued and expanded my search. I wanted to know what happened to her after our separation. I followed her trail back to Draconia. I found the Adept's journal and the Djinn of Times' mask. But Sadja's real fate remained a mystery to me. Finally, I met Fahi and asked him to bring me here. A man named Ulrich had taken her ruby from Draconia and brought it to Andergast. He sought the mask in order to bring back his deceased wife, but he found only the gemstone.
Is all this really important?
Продолжай.
Why did you need the ruby? Why the mask? Why all of this?
I wanted to bring together all the relics surrounding Sadja's disappearance and finally understand what happened to her. At least I would know what happened to her. She deserved that. There was only one problem. I'm terrible at riddles. That's why I needed experts to help me, who could understand every detail, who could be prepared for today.
Prepared? To do what?
To be able to tell Sadja's tale to the end without making a mistake.
Does it matter how she died? She's dead. We can't change that.
You're wrong. You will determine what happened to her.
I don't understand.
The Garden of Oblivion, Geron. I read the journal to the end. After her return, Sadja went into the Garden of Oblivion and never came out again. Nothing that happens in the garden has actually happened until someone talks about it. Outside the garden.
And since Sadja has been forgotten since that day, her fate has never been told, and thus never completed.
Ooh.
I never did understand the garden.
Geron, the events in the garden have no effect on the outside world, as though they never happened. Only once someone convincingly tells of those events do they become true.
But if it turns out that they lied, or were mistaken,
then Satanav's invisible hand punishes them for their sacrilege.
That's why we mustn't make a mistake. I think I've explained enough about our wondrous meeting.
Are you ready, Geron?
Just a moment.
No. Роль Фахи?
What's Fahi's role in all this?
Fahi is a man of many talents. He has a feeling for tales, and he's good at solving riddles. In addition, he had a wagon and a tent in which I could hide on my long journey. He is helping me solve the riddle, and in return, I protect his business from looters. That is our agreement.
So he's actually harmless.
Fahi is the most harmless man I've ever met in my 3,000 years. I was sorry to petrify him, but it was the only way to save him from your fellow citizens.
Брида?
Why are you here, Brida? Sadja's story doesn't have anything to do with you.
Geron, there's nothing left for me here. I'm a deserter. My own comrades are hunting me. This is my only refuge. Please, even if you still don't understand, let me bring it to an end.
I'm sure everything will be fine again.
The world will never be as fine as it once was.
Кара?
What if one of us ends Sadja's story and is wrong?
If Satinav learns that the tale we tell can't possibly be true, then he'll make it unhappen and declare the teller guilty of sacrilege.
Don't worry, Geron. We won't make a mistake. I've thought everything through very carefully.
Загадка на входе?
What about the inscription on the burial chamber?
You mean the stone and the scarab? Fahi believes that the inscription is the key to everything. But as apt as his intuition may be, in this case he's mistaken. The riddle is apparently only a strange jotting on the margins, a random blemish on an otherwise monumental painting. There's nothing else to say about it. Sadja was taken to the burial chamber to read trivial inscriptions, and, as proud as she was, she refused, that's all.
Понятно.
At the waterfall, you promised to change Nuri back to her old form.
And I will, but first, we must complete Sadja's story.
All right.
Then put the mask on the bust of my old master and let us begin. So, let's get this over with already. Put the mask on the bust, and then we'll be done. So, let's get this over.
Да? Ну давай. Маска сюда.
Thank you, Geron. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Да, я готов. Можно сказать нет. Ну, да.
Let's get this over with.
Thank you, Geron.
Which of you will now step forward and tell the story to its end?
Серьезно? А если я ошибусь? Ну, хотя бы, ладно.
I'll do it.
Very well. I'll now tell you of Sadya's passage into the garden, as it is written in the Adept's journal. Listen closely. At the end, you must tell me how the story ends. After her return from the battlefield, Sadya was only a shadow of herself. She had seen the horrors of the Nether Hells, an ocean of destruction and death. She was the only survivor, but the rest of the world did not care. Sadya's great dream had failed. She wandered the halls of Draconia like a ghost. She didn't eat, and she only slept when exhaustion forced her to. On the fourth day, a young adept saw her at the threshold to the portal. He asked her where she was going. It was cold in the mountains, and she could have become lost, whereupon she answered,
I'm going to the garden to break my being.
The boy immediately ran to the air adept, but help arrived too late. When they entered the garden, all that they found was the mask and Sadya's ruby next to it. There was no sign of her. Out of fear of challenging Satinath, it was decided that they would forget the incident. No one was allowed to speculate about what had happened on that day. The mask and the ruby were taken to Draconia. The garden was sealed, and Sadya's fate was forgotten. Until today. It's now up to you, Geron, to finish her story. But remember, one mistake, and the consequences will be terrible.
I know. Sadya entered the garden.
Угу. Прям так, да? Ух. Она огляделась. Пускай огляделась.
She thought briefly and looked around.
Она села.
She sat on the ground.
Она помедлила.
Then she hesitated for a moment and wondered if she was really doing the right thing.
Она достала маску, она посмотрела в маску. Пускай посмотрела.
She looked into the mask and...
Превратила все растения в камень? Нет. Произнесла имя джина времени и прочитала заклинание. Она говорила, что хочет забыть все, да? Блин, я даже не знаю. Прочитала заклинание. Произнесла имя джина времени. Я же могу как бы хороший финал сделать, да? Произнесла имя джина времени. Давай попробуем этот вариант.
And
She read the magic spell, memorized it, put on the mask, and destroyed her memory.
why did you interrupt me?
I was afraid you would say the wrong thing. Then she disappeared into the depths of the garden like a soulless waif and was never seen again.
Блин.
It is done. I had always hoped it would be otherwise. But I was mistaken.
Are you crying?
Of course I'm crying. My princess just died.
Oh, well, I guess that's it then. That was the end just now, wasn't it?
Yes.
No. Since Sadia used the mask, her memories are now in the mask, and thus the true name of the Djinn of Time.
Кстати, да.
What are you doing?
Fadan feskadan esplastequatan, humuril orgras ferel goran, hil bemotir kerul felan, tuntir katan filontir sodan. Nideti meta for imano irti veda.
Ah, I've been awakened.
The Djinn of Time.
Tell me, child, what is your wish?
I'm sorry, Geron, but there's nothing left for me in this time. As if there had ever been anything for me here. There are no heroic princesses, no ancient tombs, no flying fortresses. Only endless honor guards, latrine duty, one triviality after another. When was the golden age lost? When princesses still dreamed of battles and the world was filled with magic. I wish it was all as it used to be.
Your wish is my command.
Brider.
The girl is now gone. Her longing now rules over her existence. It is my task to fulfill that longing. To extinguish the grey present and bring the past to life again.
Что?
Oh no. The forest is starting to change. What did she do?
Geron, come quickly.
Да, видно, это не конец, и дальше будет что-то интересное. Я на это очень надеюсь. Давайте продолжим уже в следующей серии. А то что-то долго уже идет она. Так, спасибо за просмотр и до встречи. Посмотрим, что будет дальше.